Let's talk about the dark web. Yeah, just saying that phrase probably conjures up all sorts of images, right? A kind of hidden digital underworld. It's a topic that's got this whole aura of fascination, a lot of fear, and honestly, a ton of misinformation. So, in this explainer, we're going to peel back those shadows and really look at what it is.
Okay, so let me ask you something. What if I told you that everything you do online, all the news sites, social media, shopping, what if that was just the tiny visible tip of a massive iceberg? What if the huge majority of the internet was totally invisible to you and any search engine?
Well, that's pretty much how it is. And the reason for that is the internet isn't just one single thing. It's really made up of three distinct layers. You've got the surface web, that's the part we all see and use every day. Right below that, you have the deep web. And then, way down at the bottom, is the dark web.
So let's break that down. The surface web, that's anything Google can find. Public stuff, right? News websites, blogs, you name it. Then there's the deep web, which is actually most of the internet. Think about your online bank account, your private emails, your medical records. All that stuff is behind a login. It's not meant to be public. And the dark web? Well, that's a very specific small part of the deep web that's been hidden on purpose. You literally can't get to it without a specialized browser like Tor.
And, that whole special browser and anonymity thing, well, that leads us straight into the biggest, most common myth of them all, the idea that the dark web is only for criminals. So let's just tackle that one head on.
We've all seen it in the movies, right? This idea that the dark web is just a digital back alley, a marketplace for anything and everything illegal, that every single corner of it is a criminal haven. But is that the whole picture? The reality, as you might guess, is way more complicated. Look, there's no getting around it. Illegal marketplaces do exist, and they are a massive problem. But they absolutely do not define the entire space. The dark web isn't just one thing. In fact, there's a whole other side to it that most people never hear about. You'll find completely legal forums where people discuss privacy and cybersecurity. You'll find blogs set up by journalists who need to protect their sources. There are secure platforms for sharing sensitive documents. These aren't criminal rings. They're valuable tools for secure communication. Okay, so that brings us to the next big myth. The idea that to even get a glimpse of the dark web, you've got to be some elite hacker in a hoodie, typing code like a maniac in a dark room.
The truth? It doesn't require any of that. Getting there is actually pretty straightforward. It's basically three steps. 1, you download a special browser. 2, you find a directory of sites so you know where to go. And 3, you use the same basic safety habits you should be using anyway, like a VPN. It's designed for access, not for some exclusive hacker club. So, if it's not just for criminals and it's not that hard to get to, then who is using the dark web and why? This question right here gets to the real heart of the matter. And here's the key thing you got to remember. The exact same technology that provides anonymity for criminals is what provides protection for people who desperately need it. It's the same tech used for totally different reasons. We're talking about political activists trying to organize under oppressive governments, journalists who need to communicate with sources in really dangerous places, whistleblowers trying to expose corruption without getting caught. For these people, and just for regular citizens living under heavy censorship, anonymity isn't about committing a crime, it's about survival. In a lot of ways, the dark web is a lifeline. It's a tool that can support some of our most important values, like a free press and the right to information, especially in parts of the world where those things are under constant attack. So when you boil it all down, the story of the dark web isn't really a simple one of good guys versus bad guys. It's really about a fundamental tension that defines our entire digital lives, that constant battle between privacy and security. Which, of course, leads to the one question you're probably asking yourself right now. After hearing all this, what's the final verdict? Is the dark web a good thing or a bad thing? And the answer is, it's not that simple. It's neither. And it's also both. You have to think of it like any powerful tool. A hammer can be used to build a home, or it can be used to break a window. The tool itself isn't good or bad. It's all about who's using it and why. The dark web is exactly the same. This is its true nature. On one hand, in the shadows, it absolutely harbors dangerous and illegal stuff. But on the other hand, in the light, it offers an absolutely critical shield for privacy and free speech. Both of these things are true at the exact same time on the exact same network.
At the end of the day, the most important thing is to understand this complexity. It's so much more useful than just sticking to the old myths. When we can admit that it has the power to do great harm, but also the capacity to do great good, then we can have a much smarter, more honest conversation about it.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. In a world where we are constantly being watched, where every click and every search is tracked and logged, what is the real value and what is the real danger of having a place that was built specifically to hide?